Let's hope that this works. Like, it's a little weird. Generally. I'd like to see if it... like, what the quality is of the stream. Let's hope that this works. Like, it's a little weird. That's a bit more readable, at least. That's good. Make the code a little bit bigger, maybe. We should be fine. We should be fine. I wonder, can I like go in and watch it myself, and that way maybe yeah, I can do that. That'll do fine. Okay, but if I do this now, we go in here. Let's take the good old... we don't want that, we want it... oh, I didn't compile, I don't think. Here we go, live coding successful. Save. Let's take on hit, and we want it to do hit actor. We want it to do extra damage. We want it to do, let's say, 2 extra damage. Actually, let's do something else, because this gun already does very little damage. So if we go in here now, and I press this, then it equips. It does 5 extra damage. Okay, so that works. Let's say that we combine this with another modifier now. On hit, area of effect, area effect. I want it to do after 1 second in a sphere, and I want it to have a 100, 200 radius. And now it has 2. And it just, oh my god, this is so good. Hell yes. So I can have multiple things and they will all... dude, that is so cool. I gotta get rid of the area of effects though, but that's okay. So now we gotta do like costs, we gotta do some overtime stuff. Which would be like apply overtime effect or whatever. Oh, that might actually be better, because then I could do apply overtime effect, and I could do, for instance, extra damage, but it could be a heal, so it would, you know, deal negative damage or whatever, and we could just change the UI depending on if it's negative or positive. So if it would be a negative damage value, then it would heal the hit target for set amount. But wait now, so I don't think that we could do hit location, because that would be area of effect, and yeah, we don't want to do hit location at all. There we go. So there we have extra damage, and then we could have like extra cost. What I'm thinking there is you could have different costs. One might be like it costs health or whatever. There's gonna be a lot of enums to control this. Oh jeez. I wonder if this is the best way of doing this, because I could just do it in data assets, and that would be quite easy as well. I could just drag and drop them. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I want to do that. I'm not sure. Because if I do it in a US, I mean, it's still gonna work quite well, probably, very likely anyway. Let's start with doing... Okay, let's take a look. If we have it on self, then it's just gonna do the same thing, right? Let's take the whole thing. It doesn't feel good repeating this. Okay, so we gotta do, let's make something that handles that. Because here we have the triggers. Hello? Here we have the triggers, let's see. We wanna have void, handle, modifier, effect. Let's generate that. And all that we want to do is send in a weapon component modifier. Weapon component modifier. We call it modifier. We want to yoink this, hop into the weapon, put that here. We want to take this whole thing. And we want to send in a target. How would we do this on the area of effect though? Because we were going to have a bunch of targets. We could just do multiple of these. So if we have, like, if we have this thing and we override it, then we could get how does this does it return anything here with the... I'm not returning anything with this thing, I don't think, because we just spawn the actor and that handles everything, so it shouldn't really do much there. Is this maybe something I should do in a separate thing and I just like call on it statically? Or not statically, but I could call it from somewhere else, like I do with gameplay statistics. Because let's take a look in here. If could I go like this, and for instance this a weapon handle modifier effect, and I could get the root. I could do that. So then I should really be doing everything inside of a overarching modifier class that treats all of these things the way that they like should work, and I should really only be holding. Okay. That's how we're gonna do it. Where's the Unreal? Let's hop in here. We're gonna make another C++ class, and we're gonna call it weapon modifier handler. weapon component modifier. Should I just be doing that in here? Because this is just a modifier, like data class almost. Because it's just gonna hold whatever I send into it, right? So it shouldn't be doing anything weird. I don't know. Let's. I need to move this. Let's take a look. Because if we do that in here, I mean, that would be fine. I'm not sure that's how I want to do it though. But if we, yeah, let's do it that way. So if we take the modifier, let's call it weapon, modifier handler, rename it later if it needs to be so. It's gonna be so easy. This system is a little bit confusing even for me. I might have to refactor it quite a bit later. That's okay. We go, and here we have the modifier, and then we're gonna have a let's see. Let's close this down. Compile. There we go. Lovely. Gain component modifier, yes. So the thing that we want to do is, we don't need this. We want to do this whole thing and handle all the modifiers in a separate file. Because the way that we're doing it now is a bit, it's not really the way that we should be doing it. Because we don't want the gun to be handling all of these things. Like if I shoot this and all the modifiers and stuff trigger, then we don't want it to be handled by the gun itself. Rather we would like to, or we don't want to have the block of code that handle all that in the gun itself. Rather we want to just handle the modifier that's attached to the gun each time we shoot. We don't need the health component. Let's take a look. So let's take can call it void handle modifier, handle effect modifier. And we're gonna need a F weapon component modifier, and we can call it modifier. And we want a T array. No, we want a. What do we want to return here? We want to return something that we apply to the actor in question, which would be, like for instance here, it would just be apply damage. And that would be easy. But that's not what we want to do. Because if we do this, we do need to get the hit actor. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the hit actor for now. Can always go back and change this later or create another override. That would be fine too. Someone is smoking here. It's not very nice. So here we have the hit actor. And then I can go in here, we can do this. We have the modifier, and we can import this one. Get world. Use function. What? It's not damage causer. This. We can just call it causer for now. And that's an A actor. A actor. It's one of those. Pointer to A causer. Let's do this. Put the weapon over here. Structure this a little bit better. There we go. And we have A causer, and we need to get the world event instigator. What? Get world. Right, because this is not a object in the world, it's rather just, it's a class that handles data. We can just, and we can send in a instigator as well. A actor. Instigator. Right there. Lovely. And then we should be able to do this. Apply damage. Damage causer. Oh, it needs a controller. A controller. That's okay. There we go. Damage causer will be causer. Because that's, it doesn't necessarily need to handle damage, this whole thing. Is it possible to read this at all? Barely. I think it's because it's scaling, I'm scaling it down, right? Can I do anything to fix that? I really don't think I can, but yeah. Put this to 24,000. 24,000. It should apply. Ray control. Yep, that just applies instantly. Full resolution, tuning high quality. Best quality. We want to have the profile. I'm not sure why it's looking this blurry. I don't think I can do anything to fix it either, sadly. It'll just... Let's see. That's reading some stuff. So we have the modifier. This is, yeah, he wants me to do it statically, but I don't want to do that. Because what we should be able to do now is just go in here, remove this, and we should be able to do F weapon modifier handler. No? Okay. Let's rebuild everything then. Try now. No, wait, it's not F weapon modifier handler, it's just weapon modifier handler. Weapon modifier handler. Handle effect modifier. And we gotta send in the modifier. we gotta send in hit actor. We want to send in a causer, which would be this. We want to send in get world, get first player controller. Is there anything else? Call to non-static member function without an object argument. How do I fix this? Oh, do I need to do static class, maybe? Oh, no, let's not do that. That's something else. Static void. Yep, that handles that now, so it should. I need to do this again. It's a bit annoying because my stuff doesn't compile correctly if I don't close the thing. Maybe I'm not, or maybe I'm just not doing that correctly. But you know, either way, let's see if this works. It still works. Lovely. That's great. I wonder then how I would, because let's say I want, let's just think for a second. If we want to have the, if we want to have the thing do, if we want to have the thing do the thing, no, but if we want to have it work the way it's supposed to, which is that this mod handler should now be handling every single. This doesn't need to be right. It should now, oh, we can do that. That shouldn't do much of a difference now. It should be handling the way we apply all modifiers by itself. Maybe we even could store the things inside that, but then we can't have it static because it needs to change and stuff. Because that way we could just, avoid spawning and doing things and wasting that performance, which we need to use when we call it like this, and we can't just reuse the things, which is what we're doing right now. We can't really reuse the things we're doing right now. By which I mean we're not batching anything. We could do like, because when we do area of effects, we spawn an actor that does an area of effect, and then we delete the actor, or we don't delete it right now. But what we could do is say we have this effect that's on this weapon, we need to store it, and we just need to call it and reuse it. That way we don't have to work through this whole thing each time, right? It just happens. I'm not sure how to build that right now. We'll figure it out. Because right now, I mean, this works pretty good though. Because if we just shoot it, it does extra damage to this one. And it does area of effect damage to the rest. You see? Within a radius. So that's pretty cool. But what we could do then is, for instance, if we, let's do self here as well, like so, toss this in here, and we get world, get pawn. So let's say we do that. We're gonna apply some damage to ourselves. That would also be really cool, actually, if we could apply something to ourselves that does AoE damage to everything around us. That would also be really, really cool. We'd have to do some other things then, though. We don't have to on-hit, self, extra damage, 5. Let's do that. I just do this now? Do I die eventually? I don't think I have, I don't think I can die right now. Let's see. I don't take any damage. Print. Yeah, so we do take damage. That's good. Dude, I love that. So radical, man. Look at that. Oh, I love it so much. But okay, so we can apply damage to ourselves. We can apply damage to things around us. And here we gotta do area of effect for like how we handle area of effect, because that's a little special. Like this is how I do area of effect right now. I trigger the effect, but maybe I don't need to have a hit effect. I can just do this. If it's empty, return. Hello? Oh, it's empty, then we return, we can remove this. It's a smaller script. It's pretty neat. We trigger the effect after some time. And then I just need to, oh, yeah, but now since we did the thing with separating how we handle modifiers, we can just do that thing from the outside, which means that we should be able to use extra damage on this one too. So if we don't want to have it called extra damage, we want to have it called like damage. Effect and damage. Plain name refactoring, and then we want to have. That's good. Okay, I think I'm onto something here. I think this is pretty good. Because what we then can do is have it handle each of the results. So let's say we go in here and we do F weapon modifier handler, and we do handle effect modifier. Because the way we do that is we check if it's either of these, and we do extra damage. Yeah. It's a bit of a pain that I have to reference the modifier. That's the problem, though. Maybe I don't have to do that actually. Maybe I don't want to do any of this in here. Rather, I want to go in here and I want to have this one have the modifier. Of weapon component modifier. Add include. Modifier. Lovely. Then when I'm here, I want to set that thing. AoE actor. Actor. Modifier equals modifier. Like so. And that way I won't need any of this. Because then I should be able to do stuff like modifier, sphere radius. Maybe not. Where do I get sphere radius again? Because that's sphere radius and that's a part of... that's a part of the settings, the area of effect settings, and then I should... Alright, so then I should be able to reference the settings. So I gotta reference the settings. F, area of effect settings. Here we settings. AoE settings equals modifier dot area of effect settings. Wait. Extend. No, yeah, box shape. Box shape. And then I should also be able to send in my modifier. Overlap. Result. Get actor. I should be able to. What else do I need? I need damage causer, which would be this, and I need to get this, and then I can remove this. Can you read this code, or is it illegible? What happens if I put it up here? It's a little hard to read. I see. How do I do this? No. Oh, I shift scroll. Okay. Put it over here again. I wonder, can I get the chat in this thing? That'll be pretty neat, I think. Alright, there we go. But that's pretty good. This way we can handle all the effects just like this, and we can still have the area of effect be a separate actor that we spawn. Like stuff like I'm a little tired of these being the comments being everywhere. That's fine. Guess if we go in here now. Okay. Because the way we do it right now, right? If I pick area of effect, I pick a shape, and I pick an effect, which let's say is extra damage. What happens if I compile this? It should work pretty much as it did before. Area of effect. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? Hold on a minute, what did I do here? Circular dependency. From weapon component modifier. Effects area effect. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, we can't have that. That's dumb. Why did I do that? How do I fix that though? Because it's just a circular dependency, which is resulting because of this area of effect. So it is because I reference this area of effect settings thing. Because everybody should reference this, this one should reference outside, which it doesn't do now. That's good. Lovely. Let's get rid of this one. Let's start with saying it's an on-hit, it's an area of effect, it's a shape of a sphere, and that sphere is 200 big, and it is like 1 second, and it does extra damage, and it does 5 extra damage. And it should work just like before. I was wrong. God damn. Okay. Why though? goes in here, it checks all of this, it handles the effect, it sends in the modifier. We check the modifier. Let's see if it goes in here. UI log. It doesn't go in there. It's called extra damage. Actually, that one should also be available, the extra damage. What am I doing? It should also have the none type. This one can't be hidden. It might be that I need to restart because we were doing changes in the header files. It's a bit annoying like that. You have to take the good with bad. Let's take a look here now. It doesn't go in there. What does it say? It's in memory, something. Oh lord, this is not good. External actors test level is in memory only mount point. Okay. It triggers the effect. If overlap results is empty, it returns. That's fine. If it's a null pointer, it returns. That's fine. Otherwise, we send in this. Handle effect modifier. It applies damage with the static U damage class. How far does it get? I'm gonna check how far it goes. Goes here. Overlapped. Not null. I'm gonna see if it triggers. Triggers. Send in the modifier. It triggers in here. So it triggers. Oh, I see. Dot shape. There we go. That's the problem. Yep, there we go. Was a little switch statement. Now everything is being hit twice. Oh, once. Yep, there we go. Now I can do this. I can do a lot of damage. That's so cool. That's so cool. So if we hop into the receiver again, then we should be able to... Right, now we need to do like damage over time and stuff like that. That's gonna be a bit of a pain. We're probably gonna need to... We need to create some way that triggers an effect that does something repeatedly. Because an effect shouldn't be able to hold. Let's say we do like damage over time, then that should also apply damage, but it shouldn't apply. Let's see here. I don't want to hide this one. Sphere radius doesn't need to be hidden. Wait, hold on a minute. We just need to have it be like that. This doesn't need to be hidden. Oh wait, it does. It does. It does actually need to be hidden. No, wait. We just do that there's no none. That should be fine. Because now then it should always have a value and we just hide the one that's not being used. And we should be fine. So if we do this, event trigger on hit, area of effect, it's a sphere and then it does that, it's a box and then it does that. Oh my god, this is so good. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. And then we have to check that. We can have buffs, which would be, because what we could do is like, oh, we have an area of effect. That's a sphere. That's that big. It costs more to fire. So let's say you have higher ammunition cost, but you don't have you might have like a higher ammunition cost, but you won't have the extra damage. That's not good. Why would you want to have the cost if you don't have the damage? That's stupid. Maybe I have to do both. Maybe I have to make the effects an array. If. Or maybe that's just how because what was my thought was that we can have different components with randomized effects. Maybe. Right, because we're gonna do this, and then we can do that, and then this should basically only hit one, right? Oh, not necessarily. It doesn't have an activation timer. Alright, so that's also a problem we're gonna fix. Else we do this. I think that's better, probably. Because now it should be able to insta-trigger as well. Put this to 0. Yeah, then we can just have an overall effect. And if we put this to 200 again, then it should just be a lot of instant damage. That's disgusting. So freaking cool, man. So freaking cool. What this means then is if I just do hit actor now, then it should just then it should do the same, but only to one actor. So we can put this at like 15, and all of a sudden we have a like really good single target rifle, just like that. So let's say we have this one at single target, and it does 5 extra damage, or it does 10 extra damage, and it fires 0.3 times per second, or like 3 times per second. And then we go into this other one and we apply an on-hit AoE effect, sphere with 300 with an activation time of 1 or of 2 even. It's a damage. It's a bit of extra damage, and it does, let's say, 30 damage. What that then should do is if I shoot this one with this one, yeah, you see, it's a quite strong single target damage. It's single target rifle where it doesn't do much to multiple targets. But if we take this one, right. I have not implemented that. I totally forgot. Goddamn. But I guess that's what we're gonna do now. So now we have to get this working with on bounce effects and on fire effects. So let's take a look, because if we fire this now, yeah, but how did this work? We do area of effect and we have the damage, and it should just blow everything up. Yeah, pretty much. That does a bunch of damage. So what we gotta do now is that on every bounce with the new bullet, or with the other rifle, which is this one, or at least when we change receiver component. So when it bounces, it should do damage, because it already does AoE damage, right? Because that's the nature of this gun. But what we now need to do is, every time it bounces, we need to activate the area of effect modifier, which will sweep over them once more and do more damage. Which is, we have the on-bounce modifiers. So how do I do this? On hit modifier trigger, and we have the on bounce modifier trigger. So we do the setup modifiers. Let's see, if we go in here and we put this one to on bounce, it shouldn't do anything, it should just add the thing. So it just adds the gun to the thing. Now we should be able to Then we have the modifiers, and we have to make sure we have to get all the. We don't need to get a hit actor here. Because it just needs to happen every time we bounce. And that we should be able. When we fire these ones, where's the bullet, the bouncing thing? Bullet, base projectile. Can we have, does it have a reference to its owner? On bounce, it does that. And that's when it does damage. So this one deals damage when it bounces. Right. That's the main way that this gun works from the get-go. Jeez, my neck, I'm fucking vulture. Let's take a look. This over here is that. better. Over here. And there we go. So we gotta, what we gotta do? We need to take the onbounds with spawn on area of effect. That needs to be a sphere. Right. How do I do it in here? I add the modifiers here, and that's, we're gonna do the same thing. This is what happens when we have a difference between projectile and hit scan. Because that would mean that we do basically the same thing. But we don't want to have a hit actor. What we want to have is a vector bounds location. I think. Let's say that's what we do. Spawn transform area of effect. If transform them. Can I get a transform from that thing? I'm not sure. From a hit result. I cannot. But that's fine, that's okay. That just means we gotta be a little sneaky when we do this. Bounds modifiers. Let's take a look then. If transform temp transform equals f transform dot. Temp transform dot location bounds location. So we get the bounds modifier. Where do I spawn it? Could I do bullet a base projectile bind on bounds? No way, dude. can I do? Bullet on bounce. What? No, wait, no, that's not a delegate. Oh, fuck. I'm so dumb. It's not. I gotta bind it somehow. Because I know that I do that in here. Bullet setup. Let's see. Collision profile, bouncing projectile, and it should bounce. Yo. Baseball projectile. Projectile add dynamic on projectile bounce. How do I spawn it? Do I set the parent? Bullet owner. What's this? So if I do, here we have the on bounce. Can I then do owner? On bounce. Doesn't send it as a object. Jeez. How do I do it here? I did do like an add dynamic on projectile bounce, add dynamic. What did I call it here? This, or add dynamic this on bounce. Then I should be able to do this. Reference a weapon. Bounce. What trigger? No viable function. Does not like that. Why? And dynamic. It needs to have an fmail, yeah, so it needs to have a vector, and this one does not send that. What does it provide? Nothing. That's okay. Let's get rid of this. There we go. Does it think that's better? It does not. Damn. Projectile bounds, it does not, we need to add it in dynamic. What's the difference if I do just add unique, add unique, weak pointer and delegate, add, if we do add, what do you need? Weak pointer. Add. Yeah. Come on. I don't know, I need to communicate that back to this one, otherwise it's not gonna give me the right. I'm not sure. I am not sure. Here maybe a bit more center. do? And then we do wind bounds. This one can't have hit actor. That's a problem. It can't have. I wonder. Total moderation. Coming into moderation. I really don't care about this. Whatever. Restart and try this. Let's hope it works. I'm not sure. It feels a little sketchy. I'm not sure this is going to work, but maybe if it does, then that would be great, because then we will have bounce. Perfect zero explosion. Does not. Hey, what happened? Hold on a minute. It collides with their explosion hitboxes. Okay. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and set those to only collide with pawn. Explosion sphere. It's going to ignore those. This go to ignore. Ignore and overlap only pawn. Because it doesn't bounce. It really only, like, if I do this, it's still gonna do a lot of damage to these. Yeah, look at that. That's so strange. Add them to access, view, and then kill. Where did it do this? It's pending kill. Where? Which one? Show me. Whatever. Collision profile, bouncing projectile. Right. Let's go ahead and change that thing then. Collision, bouncing projectile. Blocks all of that, so blocks those and overlap those. Ignore, 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 ignore. Accept. That's not good. Why is it doing that? Because I think that this is the thing, that it's overlapping. And it's world dynamic. Generate overlap events. Now, this shouldn't trigger them, right? It does. God damn. Does it still explode when I walk into them? Boom, boom, boom. Hey, oh. Very nice, very nice. Very good, very good. Let's take a look. Is there something I am forgetting? It might actually be the bullets. Now that I think of it. This projectile, what are you? What is your collision? No collision, that's okay. We can have turn that off. Root component, overlap all dynamic. Bouncing projectile. Because this, let's go ahead and put this one to 0 for easier debugging. So if I shoot through here, what is it gonna do? It doesn't do damage. There we go, there we go, look at that. That's so cool. Holy shit, that's cool. And then we have this one. It's not supposed to do area effect damage though. Why is it doing that? Here, hit actor. So if we go in here now, shoot. Okay. Right, the other one needs to do less damage. You can't have 30 damage on this one. It needs to have like 4, 3 maybe. Because now this one is obviously... Wait, hello? Wait, there we go. Obviously a better single target gun, right? It does way more damage. However, this one still does like a lot, but it's also single fire. But it does a lot of damage to a bunch of targets. That is so cool, I love this. Look at it. We fire here, I should. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Base projectile, it's trying to do something. Is that when it collides? Is that it? Yep. That is it. I think that's because I destroy it when it just hits something. maybe. Do I destroy it from? No, I don't. Because on-bounds shouldn't... On-bounds shouldn't give me an actor, it should only give a location because it doesn't bounce on top of an actor. And if I want to do something around that bounce, then I need to do the arrow effect, right? And I could also do spawn an actor here or whatever, and that I could also do with the bounce. But then okay, yeah, I think this is good. Because now we have an on bounce and we have an on hit. We can have an on fire and we can have an on reload. We don't have the on reload or the on hit yet though. Let's add those to the. This one is fine now. On reload. I think I'm not sure this one should be a Nina mask. I actually don't think at all that it should be a Nina mask. Like these, they don't need to be bit masks. I mean, rather. Can just have them nice like this, very clean. I don't think this should break anything, but I'm not sure. Okay, so we've done some progress today. Let's take a little look. We're working on the weapon stats, on the modifier specifically. So if we take a look at the triggers, we've done on hit and on bounce. So the triggers are in there, they're working, I think. For the on bounce and the on trigger. Now we have the on fire. That shouldn't be a problem at all to do actually. It should basically just be on fire. On fire modifier trigger. It's right here, so we can take this one and just execute that when we start shooting. Where do I start shooting? Just go past it. Ray attack, set the recoil, reset attacking, stop attacking, start attacking. Right, guess that's not how we're doing things. We're checking. Where do I check for if it's here we go. On fire. Fire. Yeah, but where do I define it? On fire, modifier trigger. Then I should just be able to yoink this whole thing. This whole thing. Put it in here. We can get this transform thing on fire. But it feels I'm doing this whole thing over and over again. I need to find a better way to do this. We can't have it. We cannot have it like that. This script is going to be way too big. Way too big script. So we had the on fire and that's fine, and we gotta have on fire modifier trigger. Because you could do so much with, for instance, we have some things that are kind of crazy, like we have where's the spawn thing? We don't have the spawn right now, it seems. We can add that here. Spawn object. Spawn actor. Because then we could like spawn missiles or whatever. That would be pretty cool. I'm not sure. I am not sure where to go from here. Because the area of effect, this actually works very well, and I don't think we gotta move. I don't think I have to deal with that one anymore right now. So the area of effect, I'm very happy with. And the question is, where do we go from here? Or I know where to go from here. We need to do the fire effect, like the on fire. But yeah, I think that's it for today. Been working hard. So I'm gonna take a little break, go eat some food, have a good time.